So when you think about balance in your life, think like this about being in balance. You have a dream, and your dream is to live a life that goes a certain way, that looks a certain way, that feels a certain way. You have a dream that you would like to be able to attract prosperity into your life, that you would like to live a prosperous life. My favorite example, I did it on the PBS show, of the lady sitting next to me from San Francisco who was flying back from Maui after having just done a wedding. And I said to her, "What do you do?" And she said, "I'm a photographer." And I said, "Oh, how's it going?" And she said, "Well," she said, "I'm never going to get rich at it." Now this is just a thought. Is it true? I don't know if it's true. How can that be? How can you know if that's true, that you're never going to get rich? You don't know. So I said to her, "Well, would you like to get rich?" This was what I always asked when people ask me. Well, she said, "Well, of course." She said, "Who wouldn't want to be rich? Everybody wants to be able to buy the things they want. We all want that." I said, "So let me see if I understand. You would like to get rich. That's your dream. But what you offer up to that dream is that it'll never happen. That's out of balance. That's the kind of balance I'm speaking about. Not the kind of balance that allows you to do these kinds of things. The kind of balance that you begin to realize that there's a misalignment, if you will, between what it is that you are thinking and what it is that you offer up in the way of habits to make those dreams a reality. I call it principles for creating habits to match your desire. Listen to this quote. It's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, want, like what you want, is a growing giant whom the coat of have was never large enough to cover. Want is a growing giant whom the coat of have was never large enough to cover. That is, what you want and what you have are completely and totally out of balance. And Lao Tzu says this to you through me. When you put your attention on what you intend to create and you stay aligned with the way, with the source from which you came, it will show up. It has to. It has to. So that all of the deficiencies, all of the things that you want but are not able to manifest, have not manifested yet into your life, all of it is not because the universe isn't working with you. It will. It's because you are not a vibrational match, an energetic match to what it is that you would like to create. And all today is about is learning to change the way you look at your life and understanding that the life that you're living will change just by your changing your opinion about it. It's so beautifully freeing to not be concerned any longer with whether or not what you would like to have is going to show up. One of the favorite lines that Katie has said to me on many occasions is, to believe that you need what you don't have is a definition of insanity. Because it's just not true. And if the thought is not true, what is it going to do to you? It's going to weaken you. It's that you say anything to yourself that is not true. Anything at all. So it's just this really powerful, wonderful knowing. And I think about this when I write in the morning. And these words just show up. They just come onto the page. And I say, where do they come from? Who owns this stuff? How does it get here? How can any of this be happening right now? There are some times when I am so connected And that's why I say 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is your best time. It's your calling. It's your wake-up call from God. Because it's the time when there's so few distractions.